Good evening. This is Cub reporter Ken Cordero coming to you live out of Middletown, Rhode Island, in the former United States of America. The date today is January 16th, 2012 AD. My email address is kencordero@americanonline.com. First thing I'd like to do tonight, say hello to one of my former co-workers, Amber. Hi, Amber. You got out when you did. You're doing much better than me. All these people want to do in government is control every aspect of your life. Every single aspect of your life they want to micromanage. You're not free of it at all, and it's never enough for these people. I work at the exchange. People that have worked there for years, they want a fingerprint because they work in clothes, jewelry. If you want to be a manager, you can't cash your paycheck, you have to have it direct deposited. And now as we have our dictator president trying to take away more of our rights, trying to tell us it's for our own good, as Benjamin Franklin said, when you exchange liberties for securities, you get neither. What don't these politicians understand about our rights to bear arms? It's not something that they can make laws. They've got enough laws. And besides, if making a law could solve the problem, we wouldn't have a problem, would we? And the president, with a little kid still from Newtown, why is he exploiting them? What is more despicable than that? The president exploiting little kids. Isn't that like being a bully? Because that's what the president is. All he is a bully. He likes to bully people because he's the president, and it doesn't matter who it is to him, does it? I thought we had campaigns all the time against anti-bullying. Mr. President, how about quit being a bully? Exploiting little kids, exploiting this tragedy. Is it a tragedy? It's very painful, very sad. But how about if under these new rules that they're passing to try and save you, how about if even one person in every state got killed? That is twice as many people that got killed in Newtown. Is that sad? Is that a tragedy? What about that? The government's job is to protect us, and no level of government now is doing that. It's certainly not in Rhode Island. You want to have background checks, Mr. President? Were there any background checks for Fast and Furious? When you sold all those guns to the Mexican drug dealers? Excuse me. Huh? Did you get any fingerprints on them? How many Mexicans do you think might have been killed? Like, just ordinary citizens. How about keeping all your laws off our rights? Because the rights of the people are restrictions on government. He wants to go after everything in the Bill of Rights. His job isn't to transform this country like he wants to, and be a dictator and dictate to you every aspect of your life. And the Republicans, they just like they never played chess or something, or never played cards, or I don't know. They're just... Here's my version to start off with. We're going to start adding value to the United States of America, because this is the greatest country that has ever existed in God's world. How's that? And this moron that we have for a president, and all these people that don't like it, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you can't be happy, well, go to Guatemala. How about Argentina? How about Egypt? You know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Go get a job. And if you don't want to go get a job, well, don't. But don't expect me and every other American that actually works to support you. That's the first thing I'm going to start off with. We're going to get all these criminal, illegal aliens out of the country. Because, you know, to be a United States citizen, that means something. It means you're a worker. Because the United States was founded on capitalism. Not socialism, capitalism. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of all these criminal, illegal aliens. And really, they're not too hard to find. And believe me, we'll find you, because it's not too hard, because you're all over the place. You know? And it's not going to be our job to prove that you might belong. If you're not a citizen, if you just don't have the papers, well, you're gone. Goodbye. That Fort Hood shooter, he would have been dead and buried too. Mr. President, why don't you, make an executive order that we can just kill this terrorist? This fucking Muslim terrorist. Huh, Mr. President? You Muslim. Huh? How about an executive order and he can be dead like tomorrow? If I was the president, believe me, he would have been dead the next day. Oh, Mr. President, Secretary of Defense, how's this? Here are my nominees that the Republicans should give to the Democrats. Instead of letting us choose who Obama wants, let Obama choose who we want. And I'm going to give the president 3 choices. You're going to have Clint Eastwood, Jesse the Body Ventura, or he can have me. And believe me, he'd be much better off with either one of the other ones. Because they're all much more compassionate than me. You know, then let's try and actually add some value to the dollar. How would that be? Instead of trying to take away our rights. Gas has gone up. It's doubled in price because all these morons are doing is printing money. So if you've lost $500 at least, that's a felony, right? And now if you're in debt thousands, why should you be in debt for something you haven't even paid for? Why should you pay for somebody else to live? You know, and I'm sorry if you have to go out and work 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day or 12. I don't care. I really don't care. You know, go get a job. So and if you don't have to work, you know, like if you're like Paris Hilton and your parents or your grandparents made enough, well, good for you. But you know, Mr. President, I don't want you to tax them more just because they have money. You know, you have to work for somebody that's rich or is well off so they can pay you. But people don't pay people to give them a job. People pay people so they can make money. So labor has to be cheap. It's the government's job to drive down the price of labor. Government should be trying to reduce itself, not grow. You know, limited government, separation like of states. So I don't know. Now, okay, here are my sponsors, because I've hit a blank here. My sponsor tonight is A1 Car Cabin Van out of Newport. 841-0411 if you like a fine ride with RJ. and also by my good friend Christina Curtin out of Mystic, Connecticut, for fine jewelry. And her number is 1-860-463-4631. Okay, we're going to go to the state now. Our governor, Lincoln Chafee, I listened to some of his speech tonight, and if you're there listening, it almost doesn't sound bad. He's talking about lowering taxes he talked about lowering taxes for businesses like 2% or something, and a couple of other things. But I didn't hear him talking about getting rid of all the criminal illegal aliens. How much do you think that would drive down our budget? How much do you think that would make our state safer? And they drop these people off in like 200 feet from my house. You have no idea who these people are. I mean, this girl got kidnapped on the end of my street a few years ago. Like, luckily they caught the guy up in New Bedford like a couple days later, and the girl, like, she wasn't killed or anything. But do you think somebody in this town, in the town council or the police department, could go, hey, we don't want no criminal illegal aliens down here, because we're going to check and make sure. You know, this is the United States of America. People are here working, trying to make a living, and they don't want to feel like they're in a foreign country. So we're going to check and make sure. You know, almost like we should like check IDs and stuff. You know, like they do for cigarettes. If you want to go buy cigarettes, you know, you have to be like 21, but they say if you don't look 40 and you don't have an ID, we ain't selling them. How would that be? Let's apply that logic to the criminal illegal aliens that are flooding my town. Huh? Some of the town council. How about Chief Passari? You know, Mr. Passari, it would have been nice if you would have stuck up for the kids at Middletown High, and instead of going, yes, it's a good idea to breathalyze them and trampling on all their Fourth Amendment rights, if you had gone, you know, that might sound good, but they have rights too. And I just don't think like the Middletown School Committee should be doing this. You know, that might have been nice to say, Mr. Police Chief. So I'm like, how about instead of worrying about the fucking birds, how about we bring back manufacturing to this country? You know, just like up the street in like Fall River, right? The turn of the century, and Providence. This was like the manufacturing center of the world. Now it's all criminal illegal aliens. At least before, people used to come over and they used to actually work. They used to want to work, not come here for a handout. Why steal from me and every other American that actually works? You know. So here's my idea of adding value to our nation. Get all the criminal illegal aliens out. Get up and go to work. And everybody that works, I want your taxes to drop. Tax us less. Learn how to do more with less, like everybody else. You people think you're all so smart. Oh, I went to Harvard. I went to all-day kindergarten. Is that like you have to go to Johnson & Wales to learn how to cook toast? I don't know. So with that, I have to finish watching